Hello friends, welcome back to the channel SK and in this video we are going to talk about debugging the JavaScript code on browser, okay, into our favorite browser. So first of all, we just a little talk about what is a debugging is, okay. So basically debugging is finding the problem, finding the bug. Uh, Bug is not your technical error, not a compile time error. If it is a compile time error, it will give the error at the compile time itself, and we are not going to face that at runtime. Bug is a problem, programming mistake. Bug is a programming mistake which we have to find out at runtime. So what is a bug can be is a sample is, let's say we wanted to add something, okay, we wanted to add something, but mistakenly we have multiplied that, okay. But when we will realize that at runtime we will not be getting an expected error, okay. So we will next go to, let's find the bug and correct it. So this process is called debugging, okay. So in this video we are going to see how to make some debugging in the browser level, okay. So most of the major browser have a developer tool, okay. Here you will find in the Microsoft Edge, in more tools there is called a developer tool. Most of the browser you will find the same way, okay. uh, so debugging, to make the code debug, we need to see actually what is the current value assigned to it, what is the value is being processed, how the value is changing at the runtime, okay. So let's see. We have a simple code which is adding one a and b, into c. Let's run this, okay. uh, you can see, let's talk about one keyword, okay. Now you can see my program is stopped, the page is not currently loaded, not fully loaded, okay. It is stopped at a certain point, okay, and that point is called here debugger. Okay, this is a keyword in the JavaScript that gives you feature to, you can stop your code at whatever point you want it. So but this keyword is going to be active only when you are running your page, running your code into the debug mode, I mean developer mode. Let's say I'm going to show you that. Let's close this, okay, and the page is loaded, okay. So I am not opening that dev tool and just loading the page. It is not stopped, okay, it is working as it expected. It is not making any problem, or it's not going to stop, okay. Now run it in the dev mode, okay, and try to reload this, okay. So as soon as I try to run in a dev mode, at the debugger point the code is stopped, and now we can see this value, okay. Although the value is clearly in this, it's a small and sample program, so we are able to see the value here, but you can see here in the uh, red background, the value here is, okay, what is at the runtime the value is. See, this is something we have not written, okay. See the code, we have just written this, let a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. See this, let a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6, c is equal to a plus b, but here it is showing the runtime value, what the value in it, okay. Otherwise you can take your mouse to the variable and hover your mouse to the variable, and you will see the current value assigned to it, okay. And you see, okay. So this is how we can debug it, okay. This is how we can see what is the running value going into it, and we can try to find what mistake as a developer I have done. Okay, we can fix it. uh, Before going further, I would like to talk about, there is console. In the console also you can type, console.log, and you can see a is equal to, what is the value of a, or you can simply type a. This will also give you, because it's a console, you can type a plus b. Okay, we can type, but we cannot type d. If we type d, obviously we are going to get it is not defined, because uh, we are trying to, ask the console, we are trying to, find what is, whatever that is in the program is written, that only going to be, going to be run. Okay, we are going to get that only. Okay, this is not the place where we are defining something, this is the place where we are analyzing, we are doing the postmortem of things which is defined. Okay, we can clear it, right click and clear the console. Okay, we can do again whatever a multiplied by b. uh, okay, so okay, this is one thing. Okay, the next thing is, okay, so in order to till then, I forgot to say that till now our code is still stopped here. Okay, it at this point, to move it ahead we have to run it from here. Okay, see, that is loaded fully loaded, and it's complete, the page is completely loaded. Let's reload this. Okay, if why this is, important. I don't think at this point it is going to be very important. Debugger keyword is, because I'm going to give you some example. Let's load it, and I'm going to remove this for now. We can use this for certain reason, but that is not very much going to do. Okay, so if we have to debug, if we have to debug the code, but we don't know about the debugger keyword, so what we need to do, we reloaded the page, reloaded the page, and whatever the point we want to, stop our control, stop the flow, we can set this breakpoint. Okay, let breakpoint, this is called breakpoint, where we want to stop the flow. So in our JavaScript, this is the code only. Okay, this code is injected by live server. Okay, here it is written also, code injected by live server, so don't worry about that. Okay, so this is called a breakpoint. So now if we load the page, we are going to get the flow stopped at the breakpoint, at the first breakpoint, and now we can analyze. So we, until this line is processed, until this call flow, the control flow goes next to the line, goes to the next line, this is not going to assign here anything. Okay, so that's why we are not able to see anything on a. Let's run this and let it go to the next level. Okay, so now the control is reached to the line number 12, and the value is assigned to a and b. Okay, but we are not going to see the result in the c, because the control is still stopped here. So let's move it ahead. Okay, and see the value in it. Okay, so this is how we can debug. This is a sample program. Obviously in your live project you are going to deal with the complex thing, very complex thing. So that is a reason this is always, preferable to write clean code. So that will be helpful to debug the code. Okay. So yeah, now I wanted to say, okay, the debugger keyword can be helpful if you know, or you suspect your code at the right time, at the writing, at the time of implementation, you suspect that okay, um, I want to debug this code. So at the development time also you can type it, but this should be ideally this should be at the time of development only. This should not be written in production. Okay, but I don't think there is any harm to leave. Okay, but this code will stop when someone try to run that page on debug mode. It will stop. Okay, so that is the trade-off and you have to make a decision on it. So if I remove this, by default the flow is going to stop on a debugger point. Let's run this and reload this. Okay, so that is a reason at the time of when you are suspecting that okay, I need to debug it here, I'm not very sure, I need to check what the value is going to get here. So then you can put this debugger point at the coding time only, and you can then debug. Okay, that will also help you in directly going to that point. Okay, when you run it in debug mode, you have not set any breakpoint that the code is going to stop right there. Okay, so you don't need to work very finding that code where I have to make the debug point. Okay, so that is one reason I think of, like this keyword can be helpful. It will directly stop to that point where you have stopped it at the coding level. Okay, so okay, this is all about there are a lot of things in debugging in the browser stack, in the browser level also. There are so many things to talk, but for this video this is the basic thing, and I think this is enough for now. So that's all. Thank you, take care, see you, bye bye.